Hi, I'm Uriah Celestino.
And I'm Almeraz.
And this is Hoofbeat News.
Good morning, FMHS. Today is Monday.
Today is March 9th, and we have a lot of news to bring to you. Our first story comes from the track team that recently started their season. Here's Luke with some more info.
It's March, which means it's track season. Since last Monday, the Fort Morgan High School track team has been working hard to get ready for the season. They've been practicing their running, throwing, and jumping to make sure that they are prepared for their first meet this Saturday. I interviewed a member of the team to see how he got involved in the sport and what events he runs.
I am Cole Gibbons. I'm a senior and I run the mile and 2 mile. So I ended up doing distance because I am not a good sprinter. So I chose distance instead. But actually, I also run cross country, so I like to stay in shape for that season. So I choose to run in the spring and do the distance events.
Of course, a team is only as good as their coaches. I talked to Joseph Gertner to learn why he coaches and what he's looking forward to this season.
Well, I've been running track and field and cross country for quite a while, since middle school, so it's nice to still be able to coach, I guess, be around the sport, because I'm passionate about it. You know, I've enjoyed it for a long time. The distance team this year has some good leadership. There's some good seniors. So I think the strengths of the distance would be that leadership. They're all willing to work hard. They know they're here for a reason. They do all the right things. They're here to improve, and they care about the sport, which is great to see.
The track team is always looking for new members. Coach Gertner has some advice for those who are interested.
So if you're interested in track, what I would say to you is to do it, but make sure you're going to, put effort into it. You're going to get out of it what you put in. So if you're doing it, make sure you do it because you want to, not just to mess around.
Thanks, Luke. Make sure to wish our track team a good season this year.
Our next story is about one of our most interesting teachers, the man known as Brito. Akacia went and asked him about more.
We're rolling!
Mr. Brito is the industrial arts teacher at Fort Morgan High School. He teaches photography, industrial design, drafting, and woods engineering.
I grew up in the Dominican Republic, which is in the Caribbean, south of Florida and Cuba and those kind of places for you guys. And I was there until I was 15. So I went to meet my father in New York, and then I spent 10 years there. I didn't know the language. They left me back a little bit for grades because obviously I didn't speak the language. And then basically from there, I went to middle school, finished that, went to high school, finished that, and then I went to a community college, and then joined the military when I came to Denver for 10 years, and here 2007, 12 years. So I went to Queens Community College, and basically that was a 2-year degree, how to do drafting, how to do engineering, how to do architecture kind of stuff. And then I finished my degree in teaching in Metro State University in 1994. And I wanted to be an architect, but I was too dumb to be an architect. And I didn't have the discipline to do so many years. But then all the stops along the way in your life that kind of shows you. And all of a sudden I found myself in Metro State University, and I had a teaching degree for industrial arts. I was like, holy crap, this is my aim, this is where I am. So I did it, I finished it. I did 10 years in Denver, and then I'm here since 2007.
I know Brito because I took his photography class, and I see him around the halls and, conducting the sidewalks. Having Brito makes me want to work harder, and he just inspires me to keep on going and to reach my goals.
Never compromise your honor, never compromise your integrity, and everything else is going to fall in place.
Thanks, Akacia.
A recent event that happened at our school was a Poetry Out Loud. Faith spoke with some of the participants.
So for Poetry Out Loud, it started at the classroom level, and so we had all of our sophomores participate at the classroom level, and then it went to the school level, and we had about 9 students at Fort Morgan High School participate. And then at the state level, from across Colorado, there were 15 students from 15 different high schools participating in Lakewood at the Lakewood Cultural Center. So Poetry Out Loud was actually introduced to me by Judy Caruth, or Mrs. Caruth, and she really got me interested and introduced the idea to me, and I was immediately hooked. I think it is a really awesome combination of bringing literature and performance together, and it gives students an opportunity to practice their public speaking skills as well as analyzing literature, which is what I'm all about. There are 15 different schools this year. So Sitlali, who was our Fort Morgan High School champion, was competing against 14 other schools. Not coming up right now. We have it's an annual thing, so there will be another Poetry Out Loud competition. It starts the beginning of 2021 will be when the next one starts.
Poetry Out Loud is a competition where the student has to recite a poem based off the Poetry Out Loud website. They pick a poem and they have to memorize it word for word, and then you compete. I had to memorize 3 poems, but the main one that I really liked was titled Town of Frijoles. And I like to analyze things my own way, and the way I analyzed it was that it was about the Hispanic farmers who have to work so hard to provide that food for all the people, including their families. I only ran into one problem when it came to the pre-20th or 19th century poem, just because the wording is so strange compared to what we are used to reading in this newer generation. I did make it to state this year, and I was really excited because I've been trying since my sophomore year to make it, and it was a really great experience. There were a lot of schools being represented, but apparently they've had more than this year's. And I know Genoa Hugo went, I know Summit High School went, Valor Christian High School went. I did enjoy Poetry Out Loud. It was one of the best experiences of my life aside from everything else that I do. It was just really nice being able to meet a lot of the people who have the same interests as you, and everyone was really friendly. If I could, I totally would go for it and do it again because, as I said, it was a really cool experience, and just there was a section during the entire Poetry Out Loud Day at State where we were able to go up there. It's called Open Mic, and share your poems, and just being able to share something that I wrote and hearing other people share what they wrote and just analyzing all the talent in that room was amazing, and I would just love to experience that again. Town of Frijoles by Ray Gonzalez. In the town of Frijoles, men eat their meals without washing their hands, wanting to bless their mother's food with soil from the fields. In the town of Frijoles, boys beat on hollow pots, the last wiping of their sides with a piece of tortilla, as holy a moment as taking the wafer in church. In the town of Frijoles, women undress to keep their babies warm. Stories whispered into bald heads, revealed as poems decades later when it is early. In the town of Frijoles, old men cry for their fathers and mothers. Tombstone ranches dotting the night moon, where pinto aromas extend beyond the bowl of the sun.
Thanks, Faith. Congratulations to all the participants. If you guys have any suggestions about any interviews or stories, let us know in the following links down below.
This week, Amanda also spoke with Kristen Frasco to learn more about her. Here she is with more.
My name is Kristen Frasco, and I'm a sophomore. I was born in Fort Morgan. I have 2 sisters and 1 dog and 2 cats. I'm involved in FBLA and the drama club, soccer, and volleyball, and I'm a class president. I've been in Spamala, almost Maine. I helped for crew for It's a Wonderful Life and Lion King, and then I was in Matilda, and I'm in Game of Tiaras, so 6. I really like FBLA and drama because drama is like a family, and like doing the musicals and shows is like my favorite thing to do. And then FBLA is like doing the competitions and getting to meet new people and everything is a lot of fun. I think my favorite thing is like the people and like the environment, and like all the teachers are super nice and caring. I want to go to college, and I think I want to look into either doing something with business or going into something with musical theater.
Kristen is very involved in school clubs and activities. I interviewed her best friend, Maddie Paget, to learn more.
I'm Maddie Paget, and I'm in 9th grade. Kristen's my best friend. Her positivity and like how well she listens, because like some people aren't like that, but she's a really easy person to talk to. We did the musical together, and then we have a lot of the same like passions and stuff, and so we're just like really good together, and we just hang out all the time.
Thanks for joining us in another week of Hoofbeat.
We'll see you again next Monday. Have a good week, FMHS.